Hello and welcome back to the Reaper. So next in the Ka-50 series educational videos is the cold start. So there are different procedures for doing this, but we're going to do what Stahl thinks is the optimal procedure for the Ka-50, and you can argue with him later whether you think it's right. But for now, Stahl, what's the first thing we press? Go!
Alright, so basically this is a fairly easy and efficient procedure which excludes all the bit tests and such, which we don't really need in DCS unless you have random failures on. So I want you to have a look at the right wall panel, very front electric section, and turn on both of your batteries.
So bat 1 and bat 2
Exactly.
on.
From there you move backwards until you find your fuel pumps. You will switch on forward, aft, as well as your fuel quantity switch.
Done.
You will turn on your left and right fuel shutoff valve, as well as your APU shutoff valve, that is.
Okay, they're all facing up now, those shutoff valves.
From there we'll quickly move upwards to the fire extinguisher system and switch the switches is right above the fuel shutoff valves outward towards operational.
Hang on. Yep, so the one on the right I've set it up.
Alright, so bottom row of that same panel we just looked at before, you will find intercom, UFH1, UFH2, basically all of those switches up, as well as all three ejection seat switches and the weapon systems control power.
Weapon system, is that the one? Yes, got it? Right.
It's basically all those, 10 switches in a row.
Roger, done.
Alright, from there we move on to the right part of the panel, top row. IFF, although it's not really implemented, but for good measure, up, as well as nav up.
Yep.
The very right, engine control, EEG, LH and RH, both up.
Roger.
Second row, third switch, standby SAI on, up.
Hang on, I'm not finding this, I'm trying to... Okay, SAI up, yep.
And then the right 5 switches, you can set your lighting however you like it. I like to switch on ADI, SAI, as well as panel, HSI, ADI.
Oh, hang on, I've got the standby SAI one wrong, but I've turned it on now and it's starting to do things. And the lighting, yep, I'm going to turn them all on because I'm big sexy. Okay. Well, where do we go next?
You will go back to the right rear panel, the bottom section where you'll find the switch that's called Ekran hydraulic transmission transmission power.
Oh.
Put that down.
Where am I going to find this stall?
Yes, it's directly to the right of your seat. I would say about, I don't know, somewhere between your shoulders.
Look at the back panel, see if you can find where the electrical system indicators are, and then look down to the right from there.
So in regards to flares, where are we from flares?
Literally directly behind the flares.
Behind the flares?
Well below. Wait.
So backwards from flares or forwards from flares?
Backwards from the flares.
Okay, I've got brightness, so we don't care about that. But the next one up, okay. Which one was it? Oh, Ekran hydraulic
Exactly.
transfer
That
power.
you want to go down.
Down. Okay, that's going to be a hard one to remember. Roger. So that's something to do with the gearbox or something like that.
Yeah, it's also your warning system.
Roger.
Move straight up from there until you find UV26, the upper switch. You want to go up so you have your countermeasure system working.
UV26 operational, roger.
Straight to the left of that, L140, your laser warning system, turn that on.
L140 on, roger.
And again, straight above that, INU and INU heat on.
INU heat on. What's the INU? No, not in this video, it doesn't matter, carry on.
Inertial navigation unit.
Lovely, next.
Alright, so we will move to the right horizontal panel. Right next to your right knee you will find those big blue buttons, which are your autopilots.
Roger.
I want you to turn on bank hold, pitch hold and heading hold.
Bank hold, pitch hold, heading hold.
Straight to the front of that you will choose your personal ID and switch your data link master mode either to commander or wingman.
Wingman.
Primarily important if you're in a flight of Ka-50s.
Copy.
Straight to the front of that, again, you have your nav master modes, which you will switch forward to operational. And the on-off switch 2 to the right of that, forward to on.
So is that the in-U as well as the, or just the on?
Not the in-U update, no, that's just to fix your navigation system after it's drifted.
Roger.
So we're moving forward to the right dash, you know, the Ibris, your big screen, there's a switch to the left of it, flip that up.
Starting BIOS, very nice.
Exactly.
Yes, I love Microsoft DOS.
And above that, your standby ADI, you want to scroll that to uncaged.
Standby. How do I scroll it? I'm not getting any access from the
I
button.
believe it's scrolling down.
Oh, yeah.
There's a knob to the bottom right of it.
Uncaged, yep. Next.
So I want you to quickly look up to your overhead panel, 45 degrees right from the backup compass, where your engine anti-ice and dust protection is. You flip that down.
Dust. Copy.
Now we're moving to the panel that's to the front left of your left knee.
Roger.
You will find a start button. You press that. That will start your APU.
Press or press and hold?
Just press.
If you look at the external view on the right side of the helicopter, you might see a flame spurting out of a little hole.
Yeah, flame. There's flames, guys.
That is what an APU does.
Roger, what's next, chaps?
Alright, so you move slightly back on the same panel at the very bottom edge. You will find 4 silver switches. You want to flip up K-041, which is your targeting navigation system panel switch. As well as if you actually intend to go into combat, your laser switch, which is the 4th from the right.
So we're talking about below the start panel, near those green presses.
Exactly. There's a row of 4 silver switches, and the first and the last.
Which one wants to go up? Which one wants to go down?
K-041 wants to go up, and LAS wants to go up. It's your laser system power and your navigation and targeting
power. Is there any way to close this fucking door so I can hear something?
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's right control C.
That sounds like a helicopter really best doing.
Oh, that's better.
Ka-50.
Right, next star. Keep going. Keep the momentum up before I lose.
Alright.
There.
Move backwards from the, you see the engine cutoff valves, the big red ones?
Roger.
Underneath that is, no, don't open this. Underneath that is your rotor brake. You click that down, and the yellow thing to the back, that's your throttle. You want to press page up twice to set it to auto.
So we're saying black knob down?
Exactly, that's your rotor brake. You want that off.
Roger, that is down. And what do I want to do with the yellows?
You can't click them, but you press page up twice to set them to the auto position.
Auto, both red levers. Roger. The rotors aren't spinning yet, Stahl.
No, that's because we haven't started any engines yet that are in the APU.
Oh, fucking hell.
Which, by the way, you should see the gauge to your left should be on 6 now. That means the APU is ready.
Can I take your word for that?
Yes, film.
Right above the rotor brake.
Oh, right. Auto brake. Above the auto brake, there is no gauge. Oh, right, yeah. That's the APU. Roger.
Exactly, that's
Understood.
the APU gauge.
So that's what 6. Yeah, that's temperature, isn't it? Roger that. Cool.
Exactly.
We're doing start procedure for Ka-50 coffee.
Filming.
Yep. Continue, please, Stahl.
So move back to your left front panel to the engine start panel.
Hang on.
You will find a.
Let me get my. Yeah, got it.
You will find a big white switch, which I want you to left click once. It should be to the bottom left, and then you press the start button, which should start your left engine.
I understood. Pressing start with the left engine now. Okay.
Exactly. Now, quickly, if you look on your right dash, if you remember your RPM, open your left engine cutoff valve.
Sorry, Charlotte. I need you to go back.
Too long.
I need you to go back about 20 seconds. My alarm kicked in to turn off the server. So after I pressed start on that left engine, what next?
Now go to your right dash. To the right of your Avis, you will find your engine RPM gauge.
Roger. One's going up. Yep.
Exactly. As soon as it hits 2, which is 20%, you will go back to the left to your big red levers and open the left one, your left engine cutoff valve.
Left engine cutoff valve open.
Yes.
Why did I need that? Why did I need to do that? Well, it doesn't make any sense. What happened? Engine cutoff valve. Or we're not asking those big questions.
I didn't engineer the Ka-50, but I'm sure there will be someone in the comments who will be able to enlighten you.
Comment.
I mean, to be really honest, I just leave them open before I fire up the engines.
It's so that you don't have a hot start. In reality, that if you have the fuel, if the fuel valve is open as a starting engine, you can have too much fuel and have a hot start.
Something's gone wrong, guys. The rotors were spinning a bit, but now I've done that.
Yeah, that's because you were too slow. Close the cutoff valve again and wait for the rotor to spin down completely. Wait until the engine RPM is 0 again.
Right, I've now put the cutoff valve down, and the engine RPM for both is 0 and 1.
Yeah, just wait until it goes entirely back to 0 and trade in for the engine, otherwise I'll have to teach you how to do a crank start.
I hate this so much. Right, okay, we're at 0. What do we do now, Star?
Now you just repeat the procedure. You press the start button and you have a look at the right, you wait until the needle reaches 2, then you open the engine cutoff valve.
I'm just waiting. Oh, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, and lag. Yeah, that's useful.
Thank you, Coffee.
And 2, and turn on engine cutoff. It's on. Come on, baby.
Now if you watch the engine RPM, it should actually proceed past 20%.
Yep, we're going up now, guys. Batshit crazy. Yep, it's going up right up to 6,000 RPM. This is amazing.
On 6,000 at 60%, but yeah.
60%. Okay, what next, Star? Now that we're spinning like hell.
As soon as your needle has stabilized somewhere between 80 and 90%, you will flick the white switch on your left engine start panel to the right, left clicking it once more, and repeat the same procedure. You press the start button, you look at the RPM gauge, you wait until it's at 20%, and you will open the engine cutoff valve.
Roger on. And cutoff right up, and she's going. Right, so that is my engines going then.
Yeah, now all we have to do basically is turn on the generators as soon as the engines are spooled up, and turn off the EPU as well as the EPU valve.
Right, one thing at a time. Where's the generators gone?
Make sure your engine is spooled up. I'm pretty sure it's not, because mine isn't yet.
We'll wait. Okay, both engines at 80% RPM and holding.
So, right wall panel, electric section, you will find AC systems generator, LH and RH. Put them both up.
Roger.
Now you should also see your Schwal come online, among other things.
Oh yeah, Shroud is online, copy.
You move back to the engine start panel, you recenter the right lever, and you press APU shuttle. You should hear a fairly distinct sound of an APU coming offline.
Roger, and I can see the gauge has gone down, that's excellent.
Now we only have one last step to do, and that is going back to the right wall panel. Further to the right from where you turned on the generators, you will find the fuel shut-off valves. The very right one, the APU one, you turn that off, and you're good to go.
APU is now shut off. So that's it. Simple as that, is it, Shaw? What was that, 100 button presses?
Or something like that. There's one more recommendation I will give you, and that is before you actually try and take off, just trim your helicopter slightly forward, just straight forward. Otherwise it'll pitch back like a pitch when you're taking off.
Stop.
Yes.
3 of my 4 autopilot modes don't light up when I press them. The BH and P.
It's a lighting bug in the Ka-50. They're actually clicked, they just don't show, so that's...
Yeah, just look very closely. It looks slightly different, but actually I find they look brighter when they're off, so be careful about that.
Okay guys, expect lots more videos of the Ka-50 to come up over the next week as we try and learn it. Other than that, thank you very much, Charles, and thank you very much for watching.